on there and what has gone on. If you're into art, your art is really incredible. If you really like Cuban food, you know, you're going to love it. If you're interested in Hemingway and the things that he did, you're going to get to see where we lived when he was there. He lived at part of that. If you like music, my goodness, every couple of feet you're going to hear a band playing. They jump out of everywhere just to play for you. Trying to think of what else. Oh, into the cars, definitely. You know, my husband said, "Did you look under the hood?" I said, "Why?" I don't look under the hood. I'm from freaking nail looking under the hood. To do what? I'm not going to fix cars in Cuba. I'm cool. But I did ride in them, and we're going to arrange for that on one day. And a lot of people just hop in the car and have their pictures taken and then hop out again. But on some of the nights that you have on your own, don't get a regular taxi. Get them. They're really inexpensive. You can make a deal with them. Just how much? And they say this much. No, I think only this much. Okay. Usually in an argument, they're happy to have you in the car, and there's like 50 of them lined up. So I had my picture taken in a couple of them, and I got to sit in the middle in the front seat. Remember that? You know, the bucket seats happen. It's really interesting. Again, I'm a little older, I guess, so I remember some of these things. I was with a group of 20-year-olds who couldn't get it, didn't understand it. But they had a good time anyway. Once they got over, they were eating Spanish food for a week. They were fine.
I think you mentioned also at the beginning about bringing like coloring books or.
Yes.
So we were planning on doing that actually. Like the people who book with us or going to book, we are going to send closer to the date that we would like to take that stuff with us.
Absolutely.
Even I heard something sometimes like even lipstick we take and give it
Oh my goodness.
to the people who work at the hotel and stuff. They
Yes.
appreciate that a lot because they don't get to have these things.
Those
So-
things cost them a
or
lot of money.
medication, or like we can take all that stuff and just give it away.
Right.
So think about it like people to people trip.
Really, I mean, you're imagine, I mean, you know what goes on here for birthdays and Christmas for your children and grandchildren. Can you imagine a little kid that never saw any of these toys? Oh, what did I tell you? You're going to have TV in your room. The average Cuban doesn't have television unless they're very wealthy. The people that make the most money in Cuba are the guys. They have to go to school. Here's what happens. Just to give you a little background information. All the education is free, right through university, college, totally free. But when you finish, you have to give 3 years back to the government. They'll allow you to make a choice. If they can accommodate what your choice is, then you go there. Otherwise, they'll give you something else to do. But the majority of them are now taking, in order to become tour guides, they have to speak minimum 4 languages. So how easy is that? They really work. They really work hard. If they make the most money, my tour guide, when I asked her, she had TV at home. But she only had 2 stations. And they'll never see any of the stuff that they see here. They get the Discovery Channel, and they get their news. And their news is their news. They don't even know. I guess they know who Obama is because he went there. And that's the only difference since his visit. We now have an embassy in Cuba, and they have an embassy in the States. Other than that, I mean, a lot of them have family that have visited and come back, to see them if they're allowed to, or they send them things. When we had the charter, we took a charter, and that airport was crazy because the Cubans bought everything you can imagine, except for cars. They had TV sets, they had everything, bringing to their family. I don't know why, because they couldn't use them, but they bought them. They bought a lot of stuff. But I bought coloring books and crayons for the kids. They were thrilled. You would feel I gave them $1 million. I gave my guide a bottle of Advil. She was in heaven. She says, "This is going to last me a whole year." I said, "You haven't seen the book on me." You're 20. 20-year-old girl. Anyway, she used the Advil all week. But yeah, any little thing like that, clothing, anything that you think, you don't have, it doesn't have to be new. It's so just to use that it's not funny. But everything that you're going to be eating is fresh. The food is fresh. Everything there is colorful and different and really interesting.
And
really
definitely still drinking bottled water. Not
always bottled water.
And what about like brushing your teeth?
Brushing your teeth is not such a terrible thing.
No.
No. I mean,
Like using the water.
No, unless you're drinking it. But don't have bottled water at the hotel, and yes, they'll charge it. They'll charge for it. But the average stuff that you're going to buy along the way, I don't recommend you eat anything from the street. Isn't very expensive, and it's very safe because you see soldiers walking around. They don't make themselves really in your face, but you'll see them, so you'll understand that. You know, they know you're Americans. You could throw us in with a group of 50 other people, but we always stand out as Americans. I don't know why. But they know us, they can see that we're Americans, and they don't want anything to happen to us either. That's very safe. I had no problem going out at night, with no problem. So, number one, bring cash to change it at the airport, or not the airport, in Cuba. Bring some money, I guess $100 would be two. If you want to really buy things and bring them home, different artifacts. If you want to buy cigars, the only other thing to buy, and you can almost wait until you get to the airport, buy it at the airport on the way home. They just happen to have gift shops at the airport, so you can buy rum, you can buy cigars, you can buy little bags, little things like that. Any little thing that you think your children or grandchildren would like, small toy, they'll be over the moon for, okay? Any little thing you leave behind, I left all my toiletries for my maid. She just thought she was imperative. Now, these are things that they don't have. I can't even begin to tell you what they don't have. So, but they don't take advantage of the fact that you have more than them. They're just interested. They want to know. They're just dying to hear what's the news. You know, how do you like every place you go? How do you like it? How do you like Cuba? How do you like it? They're so proud. They really have a lot of pride for the nationality. So, who's going? Okay.
I have a question on power.
Yes.
If you have a hair dryer or something like that, can you just plug them in, or do you need converters?
I think you should bring a converter. I don't remember.
What kind of power do they use?
I think it's 110 like we have here. And they also probably have them at the front desk. I washed and went out, dried my hair outside the bus. So I didn't do it, but I think they even had hair dryers in the hotels. So I will check for you. I'll get back to you. Definitely, I really didn't use it. I would imagine, you know, you could use your hair dryer because, like I said, I travel with from the local and they all bought hair dryers this year. And I will check that tomorrow morning. Anything else?
Anything else? Questions?
What would be an average dinner cost?
Well, I guess in U.S. dollars, depends on what you're eating, but it's not really that expensive. I would say maybe $18, $20. Not a lot of money. And usually that does include drinks. They usually bring you 2 drinks. And then the tipping there is very minimal. I mean, if you give them equivalent to $1, $1.50, well, yeah, that's a big tip. But you can't give it to them in U.S. dollars. So when you change your money, get some more denominations of their money. So use the Cuban unit currency. And then there's a different peso that they use, but that's just, that, we don't even get involved with the pesos. They're really small denominations, like 10 cents, 25 cents, you're on the ground. Again, just cash it daily. Don't cash all your money into it. You don't have to go through the trouble of exchanging it at the airport. Because their way of exchanging means that you buy something at the airport and you don't pay with the money.
So if we do take a taxi, are we restricted from going anywhere, or can you take a taxi to, like, all the way to the end of the island?
Very expensive things to do.
Okay.
This is a really...
No, I mean from Havana.
From Havana, most people will take taxis around the Revolution Square. That was from the beginning. Or they'll go, just say, take me around Havana, and they'll take you out. That shouldn't be more than maybe $10 each. Don't get in and then
But
go.
there's no restrictions.
No restrictions, no. They want you to see as much of Cuba. They're very proud, like I said. But before you get in the crowd, like just like anywhere, ask. Make a deal.
Because I think in the beginning it was restricted, right? Like you can't leave your hotel, Americans cannot leave their hotel.
That might have been, but we had
Like in the
problem.
beginning, I
It
think
could have been.
when Cuba started to have people go.
Yeah, that could have been. We've been selling it, and everybody in my office has been to Cuba people, you know, 100 people, somebody from our office travels. So we're usually the ones, you pay us and we dole out the tips and all that stuff, so, you know, it's not fun. But it's been, we have never had an incident in Cuba where things ever got out of hand, except for one person getting sick on my trip. And that was really handled well without any problem. The doctor came right away. Because usually when somebody's sick, you're in the room, you want to stay behind, they send the doctor because the one that you're in the room sick. Otherwise, get on the bus. Have to take it. They're very strict about it. Yes.
So you had said that we would bring back $100 worth of cigars.
Yes.
Is there a limit to the maximum amount of value on any other item? Like for example, rum. Like is it one bottle or?
I think they sell them in little containers of two. I bought like 2 bottles of rum, and I bought 50 cigars.
So, and what's the maximum? Do you know that what's duty free coming back to the United States?
I think the rest is duty free because all they're really concerned about is cigars. You know, because before you couldn't take cigars.
And now we're allowed
Now
to
you're
bring
allowed
them
to.
from, if you're going to Cuba.
Yeah.
You're allowed to bring them, because I remember I bought some from Mexico and I told them that I do have it, and they took it from me, broke it in front of me, and
Sorry.
sorry.
Yeah. No,
But I
that should
didn't
be
wanna
okay.
lie.
That should be, I mean, unless things changed since last year, we all brought them home.
Yeah, I know somebody who brought them home, and he said we are allowed to bring
Yeah,
them.
you're definitely
there.
allowed.
From there.
From Cuba.
Yes.
From there.
Is it $800 that you usually travel with?
I think it's yeah.
800 per family.
Yeah, and I think all they're worried about is the cigars.
Yeah.
I don't know that the rum is a big deal.
Yeah.
But the cigars are a big deal for people that like cigars, or people that want to give them a
They
taste.
know that we're gonna bring cigars.
Yeah, they know you're gonna bring them. Yeah. So you should bring a bathing suit and light clothes. It's gonna be warm there. Bring sunscreen. You're gonna be in the sun quite a bit.
So weather in March is perfect.
The weather's always good. Yeah, I was there on Memorial Day weekend last year. It was really warm. That was because it was close to summer in March. Always some humidity.
And so what type of clothing do people wear at night for dinner or going out to the social club?
Just whatever you would wear here. I mean, she may not need a jacket, whatever you're comfortable with, because like, you know, you don't have to get all dressed up.
Okay.
If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. And I wouldn't bring a lot of jewelry with me because just bring what you're gonna wear. Most of the hotels have safety in them, but you don't really need to. You'll see some local things that they're selling, and that's the whole trick, going around to buy something.
And you're saying it's safe, so it's like, you know, when you go to Europe, let's say Italy, they say, oh, be careful from pickpocketing in the city. Do you have that? Is there anything like that?
I'm sure there
I'm
is.
sure there is.
I didn't see it, but I would say always be careful. We're
Right,
so,
anywhere you go.
when we leave home, we're worried about our homes, but we forget, we're going to another place, and we don't think about that. That's why I say minimize the jewelry, keep your money in a safe place, and just watch yourself. I haven't had, in all the trips, we've had hundreds of trips there, never had anybody have a problem, but I don't want it to be your trip, so just watch. Nobody on this. Don't forget, you need a passport.
How far is that from the location?
Oh, it's a couple-hour ride.
Is it?
Yeah, from there to here. It's probably about 3 hours.
Is it?
Listen, I was shocked. They have potholes on the road. They don't even have snow. How do they get potholes? Okay? And then you might have to wait while a couple of cows cross the street, you know. So it's a very rural area that you're passing by. So it'll take a while, and they will make stops for you.
Do you have to pay, like, public bathrooms, do you have to pay, like, you know, in Europe you pay 50 cents to get into public
Yeah, we
bathrooms?
only went to 1 or 2 of them, and it was just a token. Just leave them a couple of coins, and that was, other than that, it wasn't anything. Most of the time, the Colorado would have a bathroom, you know, where we go, except for on the road. That would be a trick, and sometimes it takes all day to go that short trip.
So the buses aren't accommodating, don't have a restroom?
They don't have a restroom, so you tell us
Okay.
and they find a place for you. Hopefully not in the weeds.
So that that 3-hour trip, is that just like similar to our highway here, or is that all back roads?
No, it's highways, but like I said, they have potholes,
Yeah.
they have cows, and they're not going fast. So it may be longer than that, it may take longer, it may take 6
But
hours.
it's not like Costa Rica, you're not doing wine thing?
No,
Okay.
they're on highways, straight road. Yeah, I actually went to Varadero, which is the other part of the island. We don't go to Santiago, we don't go to Guantanamo, I don't think we're allowed to go there. But, I really traveled all around.
Stay there if you don't wanna go to the.
Oh, okay, we don't need to go there. I think we picked the right places, Havana and, what is it,
You're going, Cienfuegos.
So I think those are the
I
best.
think they really are. Having seen that, Varadero is on the other side, they have a good golf course there, and we offer golf there, and the DuPont Hotel is there, and like beautiful grounds. But you're staying at 2 great hotels, and you're gonna see a lot of things. So, you're gonna come back and enjoy, I'm sure, we love it.
I only heard part of that conversation. Are the second place we're going, are you permitted to play golf there?
No, you won't have time. No. The second part of my conversation, I don't know, I didn't see a golf course in Cienfuegos.
Okay.
It's in Varadero.
It's just a different area.
Different area, and that's basically all they have there. Is golf and.
They sold it real fast and got the golf.
Another trip.
Yeah, that would be another trip, because that would take a long way to get there. But you can sleep on the bus, you can relax, it's air conditioned, they do have bottled water, they'll keep it cold for you. You can bring things on the bus with you. Drivers are good. Okay, anything else you need to know?
Anything else? You got all the information you need?
That's it.
Yes.
Okay, I will
And
get back to you.
this is a small group that it's going, and it's a private group, so it's just our clients.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like Globus or Talc or Colette that you have 40 people on the bus, so it's just really
Just you.
just us.
And you can come.
And Central Holidays, of course.
We do bus tours too.
Yes, oh yeah, that's right, I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's all right. Actually, I was telling, Lisa that we have a separate division. World of the whole island of Cuba. It's one of the most beautiful places, really, really beautiful. And, we're gonna take you to Santa Clara and, see where the sugar cane is grown. So that's really cool. We're going to visit the museum where they have the sugar cane, and they have a steam locomotive there, and they have a workshop there. So for the men, they finally got something that they can look at, the cars and the locomotive stuff. The rest of the stuff, they're really going to enjoy too, because just talking with the people, they really want to talk to you. A lot of them don't speak English, but did you know that Cuba has the highest rate of literacy out of all the Latin American countries? It has 97% literacy, okay? And the reason is, 50 years ago, when all the educated people left, Castro said, what am I going to do? So he took whoever was in school, or could have been a 10-year-old little boy, 12-year-old little girl, and he took them in groups, a couple of adults, and sent them out into the country so that they could teach everybody out there, farmers and whatever, how to read and write. It is in Spanish, but that's a pretty decent rate, 97%, don't you think? I think it's pretty cool. But then you're going to get to see the locomotives there from the 19th century. Now, while you're in Cuba, you're going to see other cars. You won't see anything that's newer than, I think, 70s or 80s. And that's because, remember, when they all left, when communism first took place, the Russians came. So they get these cars from Russia. And the only people that have cars, other than the ones that are, I'm telling you, the old, the really redone cars from way back in the 50s, those are people that work for the government. The average person can't afford a car, and it takes them more than 6 months to get a license. They have to save for it. So the average Cuban does not have a car. So as you're riding from place to place in Cuba, you're going to see people on the road trying to get rides from a truck or whoever happens to pass by to take them, because most of them do not drive. They don't have cars. And the ones that are refurbished and, like I said, the restored cars, those now just became available to the local people to buy them. And those are taxis. So it's not a lot of money. They charge you just a few dollars to take you anywhere you want to go. And they're thrilled because they want, you can't drive, you can't rent a car. You have to get a taxi. And I believe we have that set for you during one of the trips. So here you're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner again. At the Il Divino, I also ate here, the Paladar, which is beautiful. And you're going to check into your hotel. I'll tell you a little bit about the hotels later on, but they're both great. Okay, we're going to see more of Cienfuegos, and you're going to Trinidad. Now, Trinidad is in Cuba. It's not the other island that you know of as Trinidad. You're going through the colonial city, which is really different, really nice. You're going to see how he's making pottery there. That's one of the other things to buy. And I know we talked about 6 things. I didn't buy the pottery because I was afraid I would break it on the way home. But you'll get to see that. We're going to have dinner, and you're going to get to relax in Cienfuegos. So you'll dine under the stars. There's so many pretty little places. This is a little bit away from town, but you're still going to be able to walk around and dine there. In fact, there should be a restaurant in the hotel if you just want to relax. At this point, you're probably going to be tired of eating so much because, you know, breakfast is just about anything you want. They usually have someone there making eggs. If they have any kind of delicacy, they have sandwich meat. Like in Europe, that's what they eat for breakfast, cheeses and all of that. And then they'll have someone making eggs, and then they have cereal. So you can have just about anything you want. And a lot of people usually took some things to take on the bus. You will have cold water on the bus every day. Some people just took snacks because some people don't really like to have a big breakfast in the morning. Okay, after breakfast, we're going to take you to listen to this choir, which is absolutely magnificent. They're so proud of all the talents. They really are. And then we're going to take you to Finca Vigia, the lookout farm. I visited this. It is so pretty. And then we're going to Ernest Hemingway's winter home. Now, the only problem I had with this is that I have a bad knee, and I had to climb the steps to get into the home, but you can't go in. You can take pictures from the outside. The reason is that they left everything exactly how he left it when he left Cuba, okay? But you will see the Pilar, which is his yacht that's moored there, and that's a little beach area. But they're going to take you to this little village where you'll get to meet, if he's still around, a friend of his, and he'll sit and have lunch with you. There we had the biggest lobster I've ever seen. It was this big. I swear to you, I've never seen a lobster that big. My people were complaining, I'm sick of Cuban food. All right, we're having lobster. Oh, it's too big. You know, something to complain. Some people were never happy. I mean, I took a picture of it. It's really a huge lobster, okay? But this is where The Old Man and the Sea was filmed. This is where he was supposedly wrote For Whom the Bell Tolls. And when you get to his house, you're going to see a lookout point. He used to look out to see where the Russian ships were coming in. So they say. And at the foot of the hill, there'll be a man there making drinks out of sugar cane, out of raw sugar cane. So it's really cool. Okay, the next day, it's time to go home. Pretty quick, huh? It's going to be really a fabulous, fabulous trip. Let me tell you what's included. Okay? First of all, in order to sell Cuba, we have to have a license through the U.S. Treasury Department, so we are licensed to sell tours. Now, I know how confusing it is to everyone when they hear on the news and they see a lot of things that, you know, you can fly to Cuba now direct from your home city, and you can, but you have to book it through a travel agent because they have to know what tour you're going to be on. When you get there, after the 3rd day, you might get a little cranky only because the people at the hotel, you're there, you got to go on a tour. But the people, the foreigners, people from Canada or from other countries, they're able to do whatever they want. It's just the Americans, they're held to this other principle where you have to take a tour. They make you meet the Cuban people. It's not such a terrible thing to meet them, as I said. They're friendly, they're warm, they're, you know, the kids, you're going to love them, you're going to fall in love with the Cuban people, and you're going to take one of them home, okay? I couldn't fit anybody in my suitcase, so I left everything the way I saw it, but even the hotel rooms, the maid will write you notes, welcome to Cuba. They're so happy to see Americans, and they want to practice their English with you, okay? So you're gonna get round trip bus transportation from this area here. Hotel accommodations in Havana, you're staying at the Melia Cohiba. That's the only 5-star hotel right now, and you're staying there, so it's really cool. Let me look at the hotel, because I'm gonna tell you the other one that you're staying in. In Cienfuegos is another beautiful hotel, and that's the Faro Luna Hotel, which is as close to downtown Cienfuegos as you can get. But the Melia Cohiba is a beautiful hotel. They do have Wi-Fi there, but it's spotty. Things are different. Hopefully they're going to get towers so that they can accommodate our cell phones. You'll see all the Cuban people with cell phones, but we can't use ours right now unless we take pictures. I took beautiful pictures with my cell phone without a problem. But if you wanted to check and bring your iPad or whatever, you can get Wi-Fi at this hotel at the Melia Cohiba. But you'll see where, I don't know that you'll be able to get the reception in your room. I couldn't. But in the lobby, you'll see where the Wi-Fi is happening, because that's where everybody else will be. Get in touch with home. But you can always call home. Okay? Like I said, both of these are great. Now, the other thing is you're going to have air-conditioned buses the whole time. You're going to be traveling. You'll have bottled water. They do make stops along the way when you're traveling on the road. They pull over. We stop at a really nice place where they have delicious ice cream and cold drinks. They will make stops, and depending how large your group is, if it's a small group, they'll actually even make more stops, because they want to please whatever in the itinerary is fine. But if you have other suggestions and it's not taking them too far out of their way, they will definitely accommodate you. Okay? All the entrance fees to everything that you're going to visit are included. You're going to have an English-speaking Cuban guide. When I was there, our guide not only spoke English, she spoke 5 languages. Because some of the places that we visited, all those people didn't speak English, so she would translate for us. They do a whole presentation and she would translate for us. That's pretty good. You're going to have a Cuban visa and a Cuban health insurance. Now, I'm telling you, the visa itself is $85. And the health insurance is about $40. Now, nothing that you have here works there. So no matter how you're insured here, it doesn't work in Cuba. But I will tell you that on our trip, somebody got sick, the doctor came right away, and they were handled without any question and without any problem. So that's already included. But I always recommend that you take travel insurance as well. Because if something happens and you can't go at the last minute, or if you're there, and God forbid you have to be airlifted or something, that insurance will kick in, the travel insurance, but health insurance doesn't. So you'll get that included in your package. We include that in all the packages, but the travel insurance is something that I highly recommend for you to take. Okay, all the tips for porters, restaurant staff, tour guides, everything. Susie's done fantastic with you, putting all these tips in there. You're gonna have breakfast and lunch daily. As I said, no alcoholic beverages for you? Okay, well, we know we're good. Right? Is this an AA meeting we're having here? Yeah, okay. I'm sure we can work out the alcohol if you want them. But the drinks in themselves are really good, even when you're virgin. The pina coladas and all that is really good. Breakfast and lunch daily, as I said. Sometimes there's a dinner, 5 dinners. Susie's coming with you. And there's a Cuban departure tax of about $25 that's already included. So those are all the inclusions. I think this is probably one of the best itineraries, seriously, not just because I'm here and telling you this, but I think you put together, with our people, a really good thing. Going to the Buena Vista Social Club, you'll have a ball. Every area that you're going to visit, you won't believe, from place to place, you're going to just be marveled at what you're going to see. But I'm just asking, when you travel there in particular, get off the plane, take a deep breath, and relax. You go into some place that you've never been to before, and you can come back and tell all your friends, get your iris to take on the holiday. And this is before it becomes too Americanized. After, I don't know, hopefully, hope in my lifetime this embargo is going to go away. It's the only country we have this incredible embargo. But hotels will start to be built. have a couple of ships that go there, but they're not big ships because they can't accommodate them in their canals. And so it's something really different. So I hope you're going to think about going. I hope you will sign up and go. I enjoyed myself. I loved, and I've traveled everywhere. That last year alone, I went to Israel, went to Dubai, I went to Cuba. Of course, I've been to Italy 150 times because I go there all the time. I love Italy, but I've traveled quite a bit. This was a very different trip, I have to say. Probably Cuba and Dubai were the most interesting places. Oh, no. I love every place I go, let's face it. I loved Israel. But those were really different places, and I think you'll come back really, really liking what you've experienced. But you have to go with the right mindset. Remember, you're going to a Caribbean island, and you're going to take some tours. Now, again, depends on how big your group is. I've gone with 40 people, and we get finished with the tours by 3 o'clock. After 3, you're to the pool. That's the best time to go anyway. You go relax, chill out. The rooms are comfortable. They don't have air conditioning as we know it, but these hotels do. Okay, but what's going to happen is when you get back to the room, the air will come back on. But while you're gone, they usually turn the air off to conserve the energy. You're going to see some new things, and then you're going to see some really old buildings because, like I said, 50 years ago, they didn't have computers, they didn't have cell phones, they didn't have any of that. So it's really an interesting concept, and I enjoyed it. After I got over the day and a half of my phone, because, oh my God, I live by my phone. I'm on the road. I'm the director of sales for our company. So I'm on the road traveling all over New York, all over everywhere, and everybody's calling me all the time, or I'm answering emails. It took a day and a half for me to get the kink out of my neck, and then I was great. And then I was drinking too. I even smoked a cigar because I was at the farm, and why not? You know, you got to do what you got to do, and I loved it. I didn't smoke the whole thing. I had a couple puffs and I drank that gasoline they gave me. So it was a terrific time. That's the attitude you have to go with. Yeah? You only go around once. Try this. I think you really, really will thoroughly enjoy this opportunity. I don't know how well traveled you are, but it's going to be different than any place else you've been to. Do you have any questions? I'm here. Glad to answer them.
Do you have any casinos there?
No. Not that I saw. I did play cards on the bus with somebody. No. Yes?
Could you show us on the map the different cities that you had highlighted?
Let me see if I can. That was like the first slide. Yeah. Let me go backwards here. There. Okay. The airport in Cuba is very small. That's why I'm just amazed at how they're going to bring all these flights in. But I guess the flights won't be going daily. They'll be coming certain days. Okay? So we're going to start.
So Havana is up, and then
Yeah.
the other place we're going to is in the
There.
middle.
So you're going from the top there, and the airport's in Havana. Okay? When you arrive, you'll have to find your luggage and bring it outside, and then the bus will be there. They'll have a sign with your route name, and they'll meet you. Going back, you'd be surprised at how modern it is when you walk in and check in for your flight home. That's kind of modern. That's got mostly air conditioning. I was in the whole time. But a lot of the restaurants, most of them are air conditioned. If it's somebody's birthday, just tell them ahead of time. They'll come out with a birthday cake. They love to do little celebrations. They're so happy, really happy to see you. And it's just really a good time. Okay, any other questions?
The bottled water, we're gonna have that on the bus.
Yes.
And that's included in the.
It's included,
Right.
yes. Yeah.
Because I heard, I was talking to one of my clients, and her friend went to Cuba, and he was telling her the bottled water there to buy is like $8. Like it's expensive.
Well, that's the other thing. That's the other thing I want to address. I went last year, and the rates for our land programs, Cuba, all these Americans are coming, they raised the rates by 75%. Cuba, Castro. Yeah, so it's not an inexpensive place to go, but it's going to be probably one of the most different places you ever visited. And I'm just saying that just come with the right mindset. You come with the right mindset, you're going to love everything you see. just very interesting. If you're a history buff, you're going to be blown away by what's going on here. So hello, hola means hello in Spanish. And Susie put together a really terrific itinerary. As you're looking at it, you'll see what I'm talking about, really different. So this is the perfect time of the year to go, because if you're really missing summer's always happening in Cuba. It's always warm in Cuba. You're going to an island and it's really beautiful and tropical. Okay, Cuba is an enigma, wrapped up in a riddle. Everybody wants to go there. All Americans want to go there. All of you saw it on I Love Lucy, right? And also I Love Lucy, and you saw it and it really was fun. And it is fun, but step back about 50 years. So if you can take a step back, leave your cell phones home, except to take pictures, because you won't be able to use them. Understand that you're going to a really different place that's very, very interesting. The people are warm and friendly. You're going to see some terrific sights. And eventually you'll get to go to beaches, because you do have to go on tours. Whenever you go to Cuba, you have to take a tour right now. Until the embargo is lifted, as Americans, we have to take tours because they want us to get to know their people. And their people are fantastic, okay? So that's basically what the enigma is about. And as I said, not much has changed in 50 years. So for you men that really like those antique cars, you can get to ride in them. In fact, we're picking you up or dropping you off in the antique cars. They're really, really good. My husband loved seeing them when I brought them home. I travel without him. Now that luggage has wheels, I don't really need to bring him. I'm only kidding. I travel for business, and when I'm traveling, I'm working. Right, Susie? When we go on trips, we're going to work. So I travel with people, and we had a really good time. But the luggage on wheels really works. By the way, I think have you been to Cuba, sir? No? All right, well, when you're going, this is what I'd like to suggest. I'd like to suggest that you bring with you something for the kids. Nothing expensive, just coloring books and crayons. Or, believe it or not, they have centralized medicine. So if they needed surgery, somebody needed surgery, they could go to the hospital and have surgery performed immediately. But if they needed aspirin, you have to wait in a long line to get aspirin. There are no drugstores, so please take all your medication with you and carry it with you. Don't put it in your suitcase. So, when I first arrived, I was wondering, what is all this? I did bring some things for the kids, because you'll eventually meet the children. We usually take you to a school where you'll get to meet them. They're all really happy. They don't know any other way, so they're all just happy with the way their lives are. And it's a very safe place, too. So you can go around at night and not have any problems. The hotels that we've chosen with Susie for your group are very centrally located, so there's things around them, plus you're in really good hotels. So you should be able to get, in walking distance to a restaurant or do things that you want to do, okay? So it's a really safe place to go. And it's only 90 miles away from Miami. But it takes a little while to get there. Up until now, we had to go on charter flights. Now, anytime now, I know they started direct flights out of New York, JFK, and out of Newark. So sooner or later we'll come out of Philly, I guess, and you'll fly directly from there. So what's included in the program right now doesn't have the aircraft. That'll be added on at another time, okay? Okay, so the first day, we're gonna meet you at the airport. You don't have to be responsible for picking up your own bag. Try to just bring one, because really it's summer here all the time, so bring lightweight clothes. Gentlemen don't need anything as far as jackets go, no ties. You can wear shorts, and just dress comfortably and wear really good shoes, because most of the streets are cobblestone, and you're probably going to do some walking on this trip, so I would imagine you want to do that. We're going to pick you up. We're going to take you to what was the former palace. It's now the Museum of the Revolution. And right there, you're going to see all these cars. And Earl Schreiber, you guys know about Earl Schreiber, guy that paints them? He would have made a fortune there, because all these cars are painted just so bright. And you're going to see Cadillac after Cadillac, convertible after convertible, and they're so much fun. Some of them have already been altered a little bit so that they can really ride well. Some of them actually have the original parts. Okay? So that's what's gonna have, we're gonna have lunch that day. Now we're gonna take you to, we like to use the local restaurants. Up until 10 years ago, they really were all government owned, but now Raul took over for his brother who's sick. And so he's allowing the Cuban people to own businesses. So many of them got money from their friends in the States or their families in the States, and they were able to buy restaurants and food in all of the restaurants, and privately owned. They're called paradores. All of them, the food is outstanding. Now, let me just ask you, have you had Cuban food before? A little bit? Okay, so, because I had a group with me, and by the third day they're going, can't we go for Chinese food? No. You're going to be eating Cuban food, so get ready. But it's very tasty, it's very good. There's quite a selection, usually some sort of beef, chicken definitely, and definitely you'll have fish along the way. In fact, you're going to be going to one of my favorite restaurants that I visited, but we'll go a little further. So you're going to have lunch and dinner. With the lunches and the dinners, you have 2 drinks. They're alcoholic, or you can ask for no alcohol, but they put rum in everything. So, you know, if you have a problem with alcohol, tell us ahead of time, tell Susie. Okay, the second day after breakfast, that breakfast is always held at the hotel. Now, for those of you that want to get up a little early and go for a swim, you can. These trips usually start out around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So if you want to go and hit the pool or go to the beach real quick, you can do that, but you have to be ready to go. And when we say you're ready to go, you must go on these tours. You can't just decide one day, all right, I've seen enough, I just want to go to the beach. You can't do that. A couple of years, what was it, a year or so ago, Beyonce and Jay-Z went to Cuba. And there's only a couple of ways to go. And you have to either be, you have to be going under an educational situation, which is how Americans are going on tours. But they went under a musical thing, they were going to check out the musicians and whatever. And after day 3, they felt they had enough, and they didn't want to take the tours. They were sent home. They had to pay $500,000 each, and were sent home, okay? So we don't want to send anybody home. Just understand that you're going to see something really different. Yes, you're going to an island, but it's not like the islands that you've been to where basically you're not really missing anything if you don't take a tour and see anything. Here you're going to really be missing a lot. And we have a lot of really good information here for you. So we're going to take you to Old Havana, which is really fascinating. We're going to take you to the art area. And you'll get to interact with children. A hairdresser actually started this whole program for the kids to express themselves through art. So you're going to get a chance to do that, and you'll see some of the pictures as we go along. We're going to go to another Paladar for lunch, the El Figaro, which is really nice. I visited there. I ate there. It was really good. And then you're going to the Alacene, I'm not really good at pronouncing Spanish, but you're going to the Alacenas de San Jose, and that's a really beautiful market where you could actually buy some of the paintings. They encourage you to shop. One other thing, you must bring American dollars with you that you're going to change into Cuban CBCs. That's their currency. They don't take our American credit cards. So people always ask, well, how much should I bring? Well, most everything is included in this trip. And if you want to bring back souvenirs, if you want to bring back cigars, if you want to bring back rum, you should have some money on hand. And it doesn't really matter whether you change your money at the airport. You can't change it before you get there. You have to change it in Cuba. So it doesn't matter if you change it at the hotel or if you go to the local bank. The exchange rate is usually anywhere from 13 to 15%. Okay? So you'll give them $100 of your money, and they'll give you back like 80 or 85 CUCs. And trust me when I tell you, it's the only place I've ever been where they won't take American dollars. You try to give somebody a tip, which all the tips are included on this trip, they won't take the money. They really want their own money, okay? So you can get them in small denominations at the hotel and just change it as you go along so that you don't wind up with a lot of the extra money. And if you do, at the airport on the way home, you can change it back. There is a place for you to change it. Or if you're a typical person like me, I buy stuff at the airport and I bring it home. So that's something to think about. But we're taking you there for lunch. You're going to also learn about the local crafts that they have there, that the children make, and then you're going to see another really, really famous artist, but we'll talk about him in a little bit. They're going to take you to the local cigar factory. You'll see how fast these people work. They get these cigars, they roll them, they're hand rolled, every single cigar. Up until recently, you know, you really couldn't get them here in the States. Now you're allowed to bring back about 100 of them, okay? At the cigar factory, just as luck would have it, they have a store where you can buy cigars, okay? You can have them, they have them in all different denominations, but you can bring back 100. But they also have individual ones that are in the little box that makes really nice gifts to bring back for people.
Is
like
that
someone-
100 each, husband and wife, or just 100?
I think it's 100 for the two of you, 100 each. No, it would be 100 per person.
I'm not fine, so.
Yeah. You shouldn't smoke anyway. That's a lot of cigars. You're going to be opening up a cigar store when you come back? I can see you up here doing that. Okay, then we're going to go over to the Romario neighborhood, and I actually visited this, Jose Fosto. That's actually his home in Jamanitos, and when you visit his house, as soon as you make the turn into the street, you'll see that he worked on the whole block because he has ceramics just about every place, and it looks almost like an amusement park. This is one picture of it, but it's really different. He's usually home, and I believe you're going to have lunch there as well. Okay, and then, well, yeah, you're having lunch there, and then he's going to give you a tour of his property and really explain a little bit about culture. The culture of the Cuban people, it's really different. They're very proud of them, very, very proud of what they have. And like I said, they have no idea, because unless they're really, really old, they have no idea what it's like not to be under a communistic rule. So they're just very happy. They're happy to be alive and well and happy. When I was there, our tour guide was telling us that it used to be a couple of years ago, everybody was given, I think it was 2 eggs for the month, and they were even given clothes to wear and things of that nature. The average Cuban, their monthly salary is about, I think it's about $50 a month. Okay, so these are people that are very poor, but very happy with what they have. They really, truly enjoy life. You'll see it walking down the street. You can't go 2 feet without hearing the band playing. The music is coming from everywhere. And there's a lot of bars there too. So with that money, I guess they do drink in Cuba. I know that every time you're going to have lunch, you're going to have the drink because it's there, even if you don't normally drink, but you can have it without the rum. But you're going to be able to go out on the town on your own that night. In our programs, I think Susie actually developed this with I believe Marco or Malaria or Lillian. But what we do on our tours that we have in our brochure, and we've been doing Cuba for about 5 years now, what we did, because when I traveled, every single night, every day we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was like joining the army, okay? I said, these people need a few minutes on their own. Let them just relax. I mean, after being out all day, maybe you want to go for a swim. Maybe you want to take a nap. Maybe you want to just not eat. I mean, you're going to have big lunches. So maybe you just want to just relax. And that's part of being on vacation. Because you are going to be doing a lot of touring every day. You're going to be driven around in air-conditioned motor coaches. So it's not like you're going to be walking the whole length, but you will be doing some walking. But you're just going to get back on the bus after every trip and say, wow, wow. Fortunately, you're going to miss the excitement of my trip. They took us to a cemetery for 2.5 hours. I didn't even know anybody that was dead there. They had, I forget his name, and I have pictures. I took a picture of what I thought was important. He was the guy that he invented the daiquiri. That was a good thing for me. I didn't know anybody else there in that cemetery. Okay, on day 4, I had such a great time. These girls, there's a dance troupe. You're gonna visit this community. They're actually going to learn how to salsa. So you guys are not going to get off easy. You men, you're going to learn how to move those hips. Salsa has to do with that. But you're going to get to see this beautiful, this Alfonso Dance Company. They're great. The students, they actually get there from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They dance. And they're world renowned. They travel around the world and they win all these contests. They come back with all these awards. I bought a CD of their dancing. It's incredible. They just don't come to the States because They can't come to the States. But if they could, I'm sure they'd come here and win contests as well. And then you're gonna see more of their art. And then we're gonna take you again to a local paladar, and take you to the Nacional. Anybody here see Godfather? I'm Italian, I have to see it, it's like in my DNA, we have to watch The Godfather every time. Well, you know, when they went to Cuba, this is the hotel, the Nacional. So you're gonna go there, you're gonna have drinks in the beautiful garden, and it's close to the Malecon. The Malecon is actually this wall. In any movie that you see of Cuba, you see this wall. And I'm thinking, you know, if I lived in Cuba and my husband was dating me, you know, he used to take me here and there, he used to work on very showy Italians, we always took me to really good restaurants. But if he was Cuban, he would have just taken me to that wall with a sandwich, because that's how they date. All the guys are there with their dates, that's their Saturday night. They're having drinks by the wall, and they're having sandwiches, and they're having a great time. It was really fun. But anyway, you're gonna get to see the Nacional. I really highly suggest that you walk around the lobby. You're gonna see all these beautiful posters of all the stars from way back when that used to go there and stay there. So it's really, really neat. And that's exactly how the hotel looks like. And if you actually walk around outside, you'll see these peacocks there. In fact, we had dinner there, and the peacocks came, and we took pictures of them, and they sat up on here, and they walked around with really beautiful, beautiful grounds at this hotel. Okay, the next day, you're gonna go to Vivedo Alamar, which is a farm. The farms that they have there are really incredible. They started this one a while ago, and it was just a couple of people with a couple of things, and now it's turned into this huge organic farm. They have over 25 acres. They now have animals there, but they grow fruits, herbs, and different things like vinegars and spices. They have a local drink, the name of it escapes me, but we went to visit a family. We went to a farm to see how they dry the leaves and how the local farmers handle the Cuba, the cigars. And they gave us this drink that I swear, I've never drank gasoline, but it had to be very close. Don't go with the local drink. Stick with, you know, stick with the mojitos and the stuff that you know, okay? Because that stuff is like gasoline. But you're actually going to go to the Buena Vista Social Club. You're going to have a drink and hopefully go dancing there. So we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner included on that day. And you're going to have a great time, especially at the Buena Vista Social Club. And then we leave Havana and go to Cienfuegos. Cienfuegos is known as the